I'm going to read just a short scene from Wintering. I think it has something to do with growing pains and a few other things as well. We're in the middle of the woods. It's the middle of winter, and the bad guy has finally showed up. What kind of a father would leave his son out here? Gus could see Charlie's long gray fur coat, half of it anyway, the hem of which met his leather galligaskins. Gus could see one of his eyes in the brim of his black hat. He could see one hand in the fingerless gloves and the bluing of the .38 Special held in it. He saw all of that, and also the cigar hanging half-chewed from Charlie's red face. Don't shoot your dick off with that little pop gun sitting on your lap. You move one muscle and I'll put a bullet right between your eyes. I could have shot you last night, Gus said, his voice cracking. You should have. You missed your chance. Seems to be a common refrain among you eyed assholes, always missing the chance. Gus looked down for only a second. When he looked up again, Charlie had moved to another, closer tree. Now he had his .38 Special raised in his right hand, and with his left he lit his cigar. Smells good, doesn't it? He blew a long stream of smoke toward him. I'd offer you one, but you won't live long enough to enjoy it. For the second time in 5 hours, there was a gum between the two of them, a thought that was to Gus as incredible now as it was then. I was thinking, Charlie said, sitting here listening to you and your old man jabbering on, that I actually admire your moxie, Gus. Getting your hate out like that, I approve. I get a brotherly feeling with you, yes I do. You're nobody's brother. Sadly, he took a puff on his cigar, I suppose your old man's been filling your head on that subject. Don't believe everything you hear, son. Don't call me son. I'll call you whatever I please. He had a couple more puffs. You don't even know where you are, do you? That bungler took you all this way and you don't have a clue. I know right where I am. You don't know your ass from a tea kettle. Shut your mouth. Charlie walked a few steps closer, and now Gus could see the gray in his whiskers, the shine in his eye, and the rifle barrel poking up over his shoulder. I'm going to tell you what your problem is. What your old man's problem is, anyway, and since it's his, I presume it's yours. It ain't that you're up here playing Voyager. Hell, we've all got our heroes. The problem is you picked the wrong ones. Who wants to be the asshole trapping the beaver? The right man wants to be the guy wearing a beaverskin hat. That would be me, wearing the hat. Do you understand? You're crazy. I'm the sanest man you've ever laid eyes on. Know why? I got everything I ever wanted. You should judge a man by what he wants, and what I want, I have, including you in my crosshairs. He puffed his cigar. It's a sad sack of shit I see over there, too. Charlie cocked his head and stared at him for a long time. How does it feel? All of this nonsense coming to an end like this. Think of the effort it took you to get here. All those portages lugging your gear through the woods. All those times you wanted to spit in your dad's face. All the fear you felt. All the times you just wanted to curl up on your mama's lap. He smiled. And who was there with her? Not you. Not your dad. Me, in this beaverskin hat. He pointed his cigar at Gus. Now you got that want my mama look again. All you eyed boys loving your moms. But where is she? Where's your dad's mom? Charlie cleared his nose and throat and spit yellow sputum onto the snow. You could go back to the first eyed mom that ever lived and she still wouldn't be there. Probably because she was out in the barn with the guy in the fucking beaverskin hat. You don't know anything. I know everything, boy. I know what's mine and what will be. I already told you I'm the czar of this world, and what I say goes. I could tell this snow to stop, and it would obey me before the next flake. He stepped out from behind the trees and started walking sideways toward Gus. I know Dad left you sitting here because he was scared of me. I know you've got a sleeping bag full of piss over there. He stopped 20 paces in front of Gus, nothing between them but a bare stretch of frozen, snow-covered ground. And I know you're dead. It doesn't even give me a minute's pause to say it. You're as dead as Kennedy. Gus was right. You don't know anything. Then they both looked toward the oaks where Harry was no more than 10 yards away, crouched on one knee with the Remington rock solid in his hands. Charlie took a last puff from his cigar and dropped it in the snow, eyes jumping between the eyes, quickly, but not in a panic. Before he settled them on Harry, he kept the .38 aimed at Gus. Gus, listen to me, Harry said. I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes and don't open them until I tell you to. You say one more word and I'll shoot your son. You be quiet, Harry said. Then to Gus, close your eyes. None of this is happening, bud. None of it ever happened. Lying right up to the end, huh? Gus closed his eyes. You've upset your boy, Harry. Don't mention him again. This is a hell of a knot here, Charlie said. I can't see I saw this coming. I did, Harry said. Now put the gun down, Charlie. I don't think so. I was just telling Gus what I was about to do with this here gun. How his head's about to look like our former president's, and you are next in line. Why do you keep talking about the president? Harry said. See, Charlie said, you come up here and live like hermits while the world passes you by. President Kennedy was assassinated, you dipshits. The world's not what it was before. It never was. And you just never saw it, did you, Harry? I saw plenty, Charlie. What I didn't see, I know that too. I know you killed your brother. I know there's only one way of stopping you, sad as I am to say it. Charlie laughed. You think you're up for this? With your little boy crouched in the snow over there? My money's on no. I don't think you got the sand to see this through. He held the Colt on Gus and swept his gaze to Harry. Gus closed his eyes so tight it hurt. I won't ask you to put that gun down again, Harry said. Tell me one thing, Charlie said. How do you think your wife will feel about all this? You think you've got troubles now? Just wait on that. Gus, are your eyes closed? We're not here, bud. We never were. You can keep your eyes closed, boy, but that doesn't mean you ain't here. You sure as shit are. Do not open your eyes, Gus. Sing to yourself. There's only one song for this goat radio, Charlie said, and it can't be sung without a church choir and an organ playing alongside. Shut your goddamn mouth, Charlie Oss. Shut your mouth and put the gun on the ground. This is the last time. But there were no more words. Just two shots fired practically the same moment. Two claps of thunder in the woods. Boom, boom. And then a silence as profound as a corpse. Thanks.